I have now finished adding the first part in the home automation system created in the last lesson to the design. If anyone has not watched our 13th lesson, check the 13th design using the PictoBlock software now. Okay. Now we have to create the rest of this code. By now we have finished creating the code for the Abby sprite. Now let's see how to create the code for the lamp, fan and radio. We have added two costumes for this as lights on and off. Also, you may remember that when we created the code for the Abby sprite, we recognized the voice and broadcast messages as lights on and lights off accordingly. Here, we can use these messages. First, when the go button is clicked, the lamp sprite needs to move to the initial position. I drag the when flag click code block under events here. I'm going to drag a go to x:(y) code block under motion here. Let's set the x position as -27 and the y position as 28. Drag the set size to code block under looks again here, and the size will be given as 50. I drag the switch costume to code blocks in looks here and select lamp light animation from here. Next, a when I receive code block in events is dragged here. Click on the arrow and select lights off. At the time of lights off, the costume needs to change as a lamp light animation. Let's drag a switch costume to lamp light animation to code block from looks here. Click on this arrow and select lamp light animation. Again, similarly, a when I receive code block from the events is dragged here. Click on this arrow and select lights on. When the lights are on, the costume needs to change as lamp light animation 2. Let's drag a switch costume to lamp light animation 2 code block from looks here. When the lights is turned on and off, the costume of the lamp sprite changes and the background needs to be lightened or darkened. So, let's change the brightness of the backdrop according to this occasion. I select the backdrop from here. At the beginning, the backdrop needs to be set to normal brightness. Let's drag a when flag click code block under events here. Now, let's connect the set color effect to code block under looks here. Click on the arrow in front of color and select brightness. Here, the value is given as -10. Next, the brightness needs to be increased when the lights are turned on. For that, I drag a when I receive code block from events here. Click on this arrow and select lights on. Now again, connect the set color effect to code block under looks here. Click on the arrow in front of color and select brightness. Here, the value is given as 20. Next, in this way, it is necessary to create the code for turning off the light. Let's duplicate this code for that. I right-click on the when I receive lights on code block and duplicate it. Let's add the duplicated code block below like this. Now here, it is changed as lights off and the value for the brightness is given as -10.